computer. Right. So for those who are wanting to use the grid method to draw this, we will do this in pencil. Let's see, this is 8.5. So 4 point, right? Yes. 8.5. So 4.25 is the halfway point. I'm not telling you exactly what my halfway point is because yours might be a little bit different. Although if you're using A3 paper and inches, I find it easier to use inches on the short side and easier to use centimeters on the long side. 0.25. So I'm finding the halfway point of each side and then the halfway point of each halfway point. How do you like that? There's a lot of paint on this. And then you can just easily connect them up. I'm using this pink. Oh yeah, I can see already. I'm going to have to redraw it with something else. Let's see what else I can find here. I'll take a picture of this as well. You guys have a picture in color on the screen already. It's nice to have something kind of unadulterated. And then here, I switch over to centimeters because it's 28 centimeters, which means, oh, I'm having a hard time reading this ruler. I'm going to switch rulers. Means I'm switching over to inches. This is 11, so 5.5, and then 2.75. 2.75. It's kind of nice. This can be tedious. There's a lot of tedious things about painting. Painting can be very tedious. Painting is about embracing the tedious. But I kind of like it because it kind of, if I'm tired or it's a task I can do.
Yeah, this feels like the easiest part.
It is. And it kind of settles your mind a little bit, don't you think? So whatever you're it's a task, you know what to do, you can kind of do it. And then, so you guys are going to do this, obviously, what I am doing on here, you're going to do on here with your pencil. I'm just going to try and eyeball it. We'll see how it goes. And I'm looking for a better. One of the things we'll start with is this kind of umbrella outer shapes. So that's the first shape. Wow, you really can't even see. There we go. Yeah. This is the first shape we'll draw. This one here. That envelope, that outer envelope. These guys are all together, so they look like, and you'll notice back here, we kind of lose we have what's called a lost edge. That'll be interesting to explore in painting. So I am starting, you can see. Notice I'm not drawing my curve line, this curved line, all the same, like doing it in one line. That's because I'm actually breaking it up into like, sort of between grid lines. Even though I don't have a grid, I'm still appreciating the breaking up of that. All right, let's see how well I did here. Actually, that looks pretty good. So it should look like kind of like an awkward, you know, a not quite centered coconut. Once I get there, let's see if we can see these lines. We'll start with our I'm starting with my external lines right around the edges of the objects. In fact, if I want to be really detailed about it, I'll draw these next. Let me take a picture of this so you can see this really well.
Thank you. I was just going to request
It's a little tricky. Yeah. I've just learned how terrible, like how really, really terrible the Zoom screen is with color, which is too bad. Fortunately, we have WhatsApp, but it would be nice if like Zoom could just give me a better quality video, but they cannot.
Did you talk to them?
I haven't been able to get anybody. I think this is just what they do.
You know, the trick to get through to Zoom is to click the sales department.
Oh, there you go.
Mhm.
That's
try
what I
that.
do every time I need assistance.
And it works?
Yes,
Okay.
always.
That's
Always.
what I do at work too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, hold on. I will. I have a feeling, I have a sort of uneasy feeling that this is just how it is. But I will talk to them because it's pretty shitty. So it would be better. Here, hold on. Getting this over to our WhatsApp.
I mean,
thread.
if we're able to send pictures over WhatsApp, we should be able to do it over Zoom.
Well, it's you'd think. You
Yeah.
would think. There we go. So that's where it is. So there's our first set of lines. So I'm actually going to kind of start here with these triangles, right? There's often in still lifes, there's these triangles. And I like sketching these in before I get to, and then this is kind of a, there we go. I don't know, a little curvy chunk right there. And then here,
It really is a nice picture.
it's nice. I got it from this website where Marie gets all her stuff called Free Reference Photos. So it's photographers who offer up their reference photos for people to use. So there's never any copyright issues because they've already given permission, basically.
Uh-huh. That's good.
Yeah. And another triangle kind of right here. So before I start kind of sketching the inside shapes, I want, and then let's
now
see.
I figured it out.
Oh, you're trying to figure out what's actually happening, Lisa?
No, I figured out what was tripping me up.
Ah, good.
Which is that your paper, your lines go down past the picture.
Yes.
That's what was messing me
Oh,
up.
I see. I see.
I was
So
I was
everything
looking at the bottom of the grid as the bottom of the black.
Oh, yep. Nope. Yes, you're right. Good job. Good
Yes.
job. Very nice.
Glad I figured that out now when I just started.
Yes.
I'm like, why is this?
What's going on here? Marie and I went through, I'll let you guys know once we get started on when we kind of get going on this, I'll let you know. Maria and I figured out a whole schedule of what we're going to teach you for the next year, and we're excited about it, subjects and things here.
Cool.
Yes, I like planning.
You remind me how to pin this picture so that I can get everybody running across.
I've pinned it. What?
Pinned it. Okay.
I've pinned it. It should look big to you.
Wow. It
It's
is
not-
big to me. I'm trying to run everybody who's attending. I'm trying to put them across the top of my screen, but I can't get
Oh,
it.
I think, don't you just drag?
Maybe
You
that's
just
it.
drag
Hold
to
on.
do it. Try dragging to
Okay.
do it. That I don't remember, but I think.
Well,
what's
I fixed it. I just moved everybody to the other side.
Cool.
Sorry about that.
All right. We don't like being moved, Lisa. How? That's
Right.
not comfortable.
I have no control over. The only thing I can control right now.
I feel you. How's your friend doing? Are you able? Is that just not as? We don't have to talk
No,
about that.
she's doing okay. She's so far so good.
Okay, good,
Know a lot more in the next couple of weeks.
good. Jesus, it's a sucky thing
Yeah.
to have to deal with. Okay, so now I am working kind of the inside lines here. After a while, this may feel like a weird way to draw at first, but after a while, I'm telling you, you will not be able to do it any other way. It will feel, it's a very practical, easy way
I
to
agree.
draw. And it's not, we don't think about it naturally. Nobody has ever come to me knowing how to do this if they haven't been taught. It's not one of the, it's like learning to read, right? Everybody can read, but you don't meet many people who teach themselves to read. Most people have to be taught. And that's kind of one of the nice things about it. It's like this, you'll feel like it's very, this way of thinking of the bigger shapes. All right, if I got everything here. Right. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. There we go. So see, before, what everybody wants to kind of do, I think, is start with these lines, right? That look like, really, this looks like a butt. Right, each of these lines. I think that's why we're obsessed with this. Everyone's obsessed with this whole thing, because it's kind of like, you know, physical body, really cool looking, and that's where we go, like, as we're starting to do this. But this is kind of one of the last, these are the last things you're adding these lines in. We really have to get these outer shapes first. Did Paul come in? Hi, Lana. Anybody have thoughts on what underpainting color we should make this? So we're going to use one underpainting. What color should it be? We actually have options.
I was going to say blue, but I don't know.
Blue could be kind of cool, actually. I think we have two major
Green.
options.
Yeah, green or red.
Green or red is really what I think we should, you know, we can do, and we'll talk about each one, and maybe I'll let you guys try the one you want. What do you think, Diana? Are they ready?
Yes.
I think they're ready. So
I don't have a lot of Viridian green left, so I might go with red.
You might go for red. Great. So see how I'm adding in these centers before I get to, well, I'm occasionally using these. All right. So I'll let you pick your, why don't we let you pick your color? That'll be fun. See, you can pick your own. I tend to like to go, yeah, either green, or I like to go burnt sienna is really my go-to color. Because I
Mm.
feel like everything looks good. I like the warmth of it, and I want that warmth there. But I think there's other ways. And so that's why I'm like, you can pick your color, but it's going to be a monocolor. I'm also really sketching in these white highlights just because I think they're neat looking. Notice that there's a highlight right after a crack, after one of these like cracks. Basically, it just means there's a shift in value. There's a shift in plane, right? Like a cube. Oh, I see. There. That these highlights show up next to, these white areas show up next to a darker area because every time there's a shift in plane. And then the last thing you're going to want to add in, I believe, and then we're done, is there's this nice, on the yellow pepper, there's a nice dark light. So here's the dark part of the pepper, and here's the light part. I guess we could put that up here too.
Yes, Julia.
So let's sketch that in. Okay, here it is. It's like kind of this cool. Yep. And then it's kind of dark here too. And then neat. Okay. So once you've gotten so we're going to be dealing with something called lost edges today quite a lot. And if you want to, you can erase the outside lines once you get everything kind of in place.
Oh. Oh, hey, Julia. You really.
Julia. All right, I'll take a picture of this so you guys can see where you need to get. And if anybody wants, we'll take a little time for you to get there. So I'm not rushing anybody tonight. Although let me know when you're ready. And yes, I would love you to try your own, you can pick your own color for the base painting. It can be any, you can use the color that I'm using. I think I'm going to use burnt sienna because that's what I do. But Rollo, if you want to try blue, try blue. If you want to try green, try green. That looks good. Good job, Rollo. Looks great. I feel like, I know it's hard to see, Rollo, but there's no pepper back here. So can you see this line here? You're bringing yours up a little bit.
Yeah,
That pepper.
I can't really see the edge of the pepper.
Yeah, so you need to let that go. So the edge of the pepper is actually right here. And you won't be able to see it all the way. We're going to talk about how to deal with that. That's what we call a lost edge. So don't add it because you put it in the wrong place. Just redraw there. So you've got something up above the stem. There's nothing above the stem.
Okay.
I know it's really it's like a mind fuck, isn't it? It's just
I can-
hey.
I can see something in the color photo above the stem though.
Yeah, a little bit, but no, there isn't anything. Maybe there is, but
It merges into the black though,
it merges into the black.
but it's about a centimeter.
Let's
above.
see, what'd you do? Oh, great, Lisa. But Lisa,
My
this
top
is a
pepper is wrong.
toned, this is the toned painting, and what you need to do are the lights and the darks. So you need to
Oh.
take you're not just toning over the top. You're actually doing, I'll show you.
Okay,
Let
sorry,
me
I jumped
show you.
ahead.
That's all
I feel
right.
like my top pepper isn't quite right though, Leah.
It's because you can't see the top, just like Rollo.
Oh, okay.
Let me take a look.
Is it too flat or something?
It's, you can't see, it's because, here, hold on. We can't really see it. Here, I'll put this one up so you guys can see.
Okay, I will
It's
see
a
if I
little
can just sort of
easier
fix
to
it.
see it, but I don't, what's happened is back here, you can't really see it. So the
Oh, I
truth
see
is
what
it's
you're saying.
disappearing. And so
Yeah,
we're going
yeah,
to
yeah.
talk about how to handle that. The lost edge, the famous
yeah,
lost edge
okay.
of painting, which is really important. This is like the Caravaggio of peppers right here, right? Like it's like dark.
I would like to see the Picasso of peppers.
The Picasso of peppers is like,
That's what I'm gonna do today.
yeah. Hold on. Here.
Deconstructed peppers.
Is
Huh?
the deconstructed
Right.
pepper. Actually,
That's
I
what
think
mine
it's
may end up looking
peppers
like.
that look like boobs is what I think the Picasso peppers are.
Okay.
So yeah, if you can't see it, you shouldn't draw it. And so whatever color you are going to use, let me
I
put
see.
this
Okay.
here. I'm going to put this down here because you guys can
I
see it.
think
I'm
I
only
need to
using one color.
bring this down just
I'm
a
going to use
smidge.
transparent red oxide,
Yeah, this is-
which is like a form of burnt sienna. So here is my burnt sienna up here. I am once again, I hid all my brushes from my cats. Once again, we're using a big brush.
I hear you.
Because he knocks them all over and then like you
Of
can't
course.
find them later.
Of course.
Yes, of course, that's what he does. I need more. I'll be right back, you guys. I need a little rag. I'll be right back.
Yeah, what's going on?
She's killing a cat.
All right. So I have my brush in the water here. And once again, because I'm going to go a little bit heavy in my darkest areas, I want my brush wet, but not dripping. So when I put paint on it and hold it up like this, the paint, there's no water. See how the paint is just firmly holding on there? And then I'm going to start by painting the background. Because the background
Is that burnt umber or burnt sienna?
this is actually, if I'm to not be confused, this is burnt sienna.
Okay.
But yeah, burnt umber is a little too blah. It's too blah, you know, it's too, yeah, dull, I'd say, more than anything else. This is actually transparent red oxide, which is a slightly darker version of burnt sienna. All right. So if you'll see, oh, I see what happened. Yep. So I'm kind of going around the outer edge. I'm just gonna have to move this. And even into, you know, to where the darkest areas are. So I'm loading my brush with more paint. It's a little bit harder because I want it to look darker.
Yeah.
I just don't know about that top pepper. That is driving me crazy.
You gotta let it go, girl. Gotta let it go.
You're
What
not
you don't
alone.
see, you don't paint, is the basics. You've got to let it just be kind of floating. Just gotta let it go. If you can't see it, don't paint it. All right, so this is the darkest, these are the darkest areas, the background, right? Kind of coming into the plate. And then are there any other darker? Yeah, there's a couple of dark areas that come in here in the middle and down here. So yeah, in a lot of places, I lose my plate, right? A little bit. I'll gain it back when I get my top layers on. Let's see. Yes, there.
Well, I feel like that's easier because we know what a plate looks like, right? You don't know what the pepper looks like.
Lisa, what side of your brain are you talking on now? Your right or your left? You are very specifically talking on your left brain, young lady, and you know that's
But am
not
I
what we're saying.
wrong? We know what a circular plate looks like.
You're wrong. You do not know what a circular plate looks like.
All right.
Looks like you
But you
often
can't
do
see
not.
it.
You do not know what a circular plate looks like. That's the issue. And in fact, I can see. All right, so you're going to take more water. See how I've got more water on my brush? So when I hold it up, the water's actually kind of dripping down a little bit onto my hand there. You can see it on my fingers. That's lighter. So I can do a kind of lighter wash. In truth, what's actually happened here is that I kind of drew this a little bit wrong. So now I'm coming back in. So see how I'm seeing the plate out here. It's a little bit lighter.
Yeah, there is more plate.
There's more plate. Right? So I'm just, yeah, there's more plate. I mean, part of the plate is you can't really see it, Diana. That's the what I'm trying to get them to get. But I definitely missed plate. Like I missed the plate on this side. So see how I'm kind of carving out of that dark with a slightly lighter. I'm actually using my rag to cover this, to pull this out. And I want this to be a little darker than what's on top of the plate, but not as dark as what's here. So I'm actually going in and kind of darkening that edge so I can see the plate a little bit better. And then yeah, just going in a little bit. So once again, getting more water. Here's the shadow part of my yellow pepper. And maybe the dark center. I'll go in and do the dark centers, darkish centers. Not as dark as the outside, but darker centers. And then I keep dipping my brush in water to get lighter. But if I don't get light enough, if I don't get the variation that I'm looking for, I can actually go in and pull it out with my rag again. So this part is, so I want a little bit of, color here. It doesn't look like there's much color because it's fucking Zoom, but, but there is. There we go. I'm getting a little darker here. It also doesn't hurt. Unlike watercolor, there's no danger in going too dark. So you can go a little bit darker than you think.
That's why we love that.
Just because you can correct, is that the idea, Leah?
Yeah, you can correct. And
by adding.
also light colors look great over dark. So they look great. Colors look terrible over light colors. They look much better. So this is what we're going for. So yeah, I think the thing, and when we get to watercolor, of course, that will change. Nice. So that's kind of what we're going for. Oh, I didn't get it the whole thing here. Hold on, I'm gonna move it down just a little bit so I can get the whole thing photographed. Right now my pepper's looking, I can see that my pepper should be coming down instead of across. So I'm gonna fix that when I start laying in my colors. But in the meantime, we'll put this over here to dry. So when you guys are finished, I'm going to start looking at what colors we need.
It is a really nice composition.
It's gorgeous. I love this website. You get there's some really pro people offering their photos up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's in it for them?
They just like to. They like to take photos. They want people to use them. You know, rather than just taking photos and nobody seeing them.
Uh-huh.
So being seen by people that destroy them.
Yeah.
Well, I think most people do great jobs, actually, like pretty great jobs. Looks pretty good, Lisa.
Which Lisa?
Lisa R.
Yay.
Looking pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll start with the paint.
Yeah, start with the paint. And I'll look at the palette and see what we need. Of course, we're going to need.
I keep almost drinking my paint water.
Oh,
Yeah, I
don't do
know.
that. Is it like white wine? Don't do that. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
I've almost made that mistake too.
Okay. If you have
It-
Viridian green, you'll want to.
It's
Oh,
easy.
I have built on Amazon a acrylic supply list. So if you're struggling still to get the right stuff, there's a great paint set, a Liquitex paint set that you can get. It's 48 colors and it has pretty much everything you need.
48 colors.
Yeah. For like, I think like 50 bucks. I don't know, like 40, 50
But
bucks.
don't you only need like 10?
Well, yeah, but this one is, I mean, trying to get those 10 in a set is almost impossible. And they're small tubes. So they're fun. What I like about that is it's fun. It's a fun. Okay, I've got green. Hold on. I want yellow. We're going to try a couple of different yellows. It's got all these neat colors in it that you can experiment and play around with. And it has pretty much every color I asked for, which is one of the few. Cadmium yellow medium. Okay, there we go. Where is
Zia,
my red?
could I ask a question?
Yeah.
I'm about to put my burnt sienna in the background. When I put on the darker layer in the background, do I put any water on my brush, a little water on my brush, or no, or none?
Well, you have to have some water on your brush or you won't be
Okay.
able to pick anything up, but it should be pretty,
Okay.
should be pretty light. You want
Okay.
the paint to sit
Okay.
on, like if you look at me here for a second,
Yeah.
you want the paint to be able to sit in a glob. See how I've got it sitting straight
Yep.
up and there's no dripping? That's what you
Okay.
want.
Okay.
So it needs to
Thank
be
you.
wet, but a little bit squeezed. Don't tell me, I know I just got some cadmium red.
Be back in 2 seconds.
Bye.
Put my drying on.
So Lisa, did you look anything at Veritas?
Yeah, yes, I've started a list. One thing we have to talk about is there are some movies that aren't out yet that are in the Golden Globes race and stuff. We have to decide on
On
If
a
we're
time
just
frame?
Yeah, because the Oscars and the Golden Globes have extended a little, because of the pandemic.
Maybe we should too.
Yeah, because there's actually not as many as I would have thought. Like definitely not as many as past years. Like I was struggling to come up with a list of 10.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, unless
I
I'm missing
think I
some.
made a list of 10.
Okay. Well, but I have been looking at it, but let's figure that out
Yeah.
in the next couple days.
Are you
Have
guys
you
talking
seen anything
business?
you like?
Sorry, Leah, no, we were, but we're not anymore.
You can. You can totally
No, we
talk
were just
business.
talking about,
Okay.
the press club gives out an award every year to the best film based on real events, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
neat.
But we have to,
Or inspired by. real
yeah,
events.
so we have to come up with the list of movies for the members to vote on. We need to
That's a good topic.
get
That's a
on that soon. Yes. Who was our winner last year? Diana was last year wasn't Green Book, right? That was the year before.
No, it was Bombshell.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a good event though, because
Yeah,
So
it was
so
a great event.
we usually
disappointed.
have an event with the filmmakers or somebody associated
Yeah.
with the film after
I wonder.
after we announce the winner. So
Yeah.
I'm not
but we did Spotlight one year, right? That was a good
Yeah.
one.
Spotlights. I think I remember hearing about Spotlight.
That film
And
was
Hidden
amazing.
Figures and Green Book the year before last year. And
Sounds great.
yeah, the first year we did it, it was Spotlight, which was great because they did a big campaign after we picked them and they ended up winning the Oscars. I'm not saying that it was because of us, but they used our award for the,
Well, that's awesome.
yeah.
So I threw a bunch of colors up here because I'm not exactly sure what mixes we're going to need. Because as usual, I'm wanting you to watch me as I figure this out along with you. I do know that I'm looking at this yellow and it's kind of an orangey yellow. So I have lemon yellow here. Here, I'm gonna write these down. We're just gonna try stuff out. I'm not sure what's gonna work.
It's hard to paint with a cat in the lap.
It is hard.
Sounds nice though.
It does.
Yeah, it is nice, but she doesn't sit in my lap otherwise. It's only when I paint.
Yes, of course. So there are shadows in each of these, right? There's in each of these colors. And as I'm here trying to figure out a good mix for the yellow, I've got 3 different yellows here. I've got light yellow, which is kind of a cool yellow. I've got cadmium yellow, and then I have something called yellow ochre. Let me take a picture of this palette. So, I mean, I will go over this with you guys. I'm just right now, since I'm just sitting here, I thought I might as well start mixing and see what's going to work. It's kind of an orangey yellow. So I feel like at the end, we're going to have a little bit of red in the yellow. It's not going to be straight yellow, which means that we'll play around in what will work in this shadow. Might be purple.
Lemon yellow, would you use cadmium light?
I mean, you're going to put them all out there, girl, because I don't know. But pull out all your yellows. Here's what I've got on my palette right now. I've got a bunch of yellows. And I still feel like my yellow, it's a warm yellow. So I'm thinking cadmium yellow is likely. And I'm mixing just a tiny touch of cadmium red because I know.
God, your quinacridone red on Zoom looks brown.
I know. It's ridiculous. That's my
So
point.
gross.
Isn't it gross? I know it's really
Yeah.
gross. It's really gross. It annoys the crap out of me. Zoom, take notice. Y'all suck. It sucks. It really sucks.
We all are relying on you.
We're relying on you, right? So I'm having some luck, I think, and you'll see when I start to. I'm mixing cadmium yellow, teeny little bit, just teeny little bit. See how little that little dot here is red, and then I'm adding just a touch of yellow ochre. So this is mostly yellow with a touch of orange. And then to create the shadow, I think I'm gonna start by mixing quin red and ultramarine blue to make a purple. Why am I making a purple, everybody? Why am I doing
That's
that?
the yellow shadow.
Yeah. So I'm not going to use very much, just a teeny bit. I'm going to start with a small bit and see. That might work.
But the
I might want
color
to add
really
just.
sucks on Zoom. It
Yeah,
really
yeah, it does.
That's
I
really
know.
bad.
I know. I'm so sorry. It sucks.
No, it's not your fault.
Yeah, it's just terrible. Yeah, I think, okay, so I think I've got it. You're not gonna like it. There's a lot of different colors here. So the base, base on the yellow
Sorry.
is, where's my marker? That works. The base on the yellow is 3 colors. It's cad yellow, touch of cad red, plus touch of yellow ochre.
Cad red medium or cad red light?
Cad red. Try both. Cad red light, maybe.
I don't know
Try
why I have
both.
this many
And then the shadow, I'll take a picture of this, is this base plus ultramarine blue plus quin red plus a little bit of burnt sienna. So orange it up.
The green one really do look like a butt.
It does, they all, don't they all?
They all look like butts to me.
So here, let me take a picture of this so you can see what this actually looks like. See that? I think it's pretty good. Also, I am having problems with my lighting right now, which keeps changing. So let me,
No, don't move it.
well, right now it's bright. Like up here,
Okay.
you can't see it at all. See? Up here, it's too bright. Down here,
I guess I can go to WhatsApp.
here, don't worry. I'm going to move the camera too.
WhatsApp looks completely different.
Yeah, it does. But this looks a little bit better. So it's partly also the let's see here. Okay. That's better. Getting this over here. Put this here. That's a little bit better. This looks a little dark. Actually, I can see it better now, so I can add in more. So I think we're gonna create a yellow with 2 yellows and a red. So a slightly orangey yellow. And then your shadow is gonna be purple plus a touch of orange. Or you could just be purple. You don't need the touch of orange. See how I'm getting something that looks more like, yeah, part of my problem here is that my studio light isn't very good right now. So let me see what I can do about that. That's better. Hey,
I had a painting
that's
teacher
way
who,
better, isn't it? Did you look up at the
yeah,
screen? It's way better.
that
Oh
was
my
a lot
God, you
better.
have
What did you
no
do?
idea. I moved everything away from the desk and I'm pointing all the lights in completely different directions.
Oh, it looks a lot better.
Which is what you have to do. Yeah. So actually that's pretty good. I'm kind of pleased with that. All right. Does anybody want to, let's see, move that down here. I can also move this. I want to be able to have the source here. Let's try. So I think we might start with the yellow pepper because it's pretty easy to see. Here, let's see. Let's move this down here and this over here. There we go. A little bit. Yeah, it is also just being up here. There's more glare. All right. Okay. I don't know how to get everything in here. I can hold this, I suppose. I'm going to move my painting up, my palette up, and do my mixing. There we go. Okay. So now my paint is dry. I'm going to clean my brush out. I want to apply my paint fairly heavily. So once again, I'm squeezing it with a t-shirt or paper towel. And I am going to go in with, here, I'm going to bring it down so you can see it. I'm going to bring down cadmium yellow. There's cadmium yellow medium. And then a touch, just a teeny touch. I'm mixing with my brush because it's just easier to get it right on the canvas. So there's a touch of red, not too much, but a little bit of red in the yellow to make it a little bit oranger. And then I'm taking a little bit of yellow ochre. So I'm taking those three colors to create a kind of base. And then I'm going to mix a little bit of, here's ultramarine blue. In fact, for this, I'll probably use my, what did I do with my palette knife? Well, it was here just a second ago. Do you guys find this that like you put things down and you have, oh, right, because I got up and moved my lights. What did I do with it? All right, well, anyway, got a little bit of this. I'm mixing a purple with blue and my cool red. I'm going to add that purple to part of this. And then I'm going to add a touch of, I'm going to add a little spurt sienna to it to make it a little bit warmer. So now I'm ready. I'm going to clean my brush out. I'm going to squeeze it so that it's not super wet. And then I'm going to take some of this light color and come down here and paint in the light color. And if I don't have enough, I'm going to mix some more. Definitely don't have enough. So, and it's okay if my color looks a little bit darker. And I really want to lay this color down kind of heavily and thickly. That looks pretty nice. It may not be exactly what's happening, but I like it. I think it's nice. And then I'm going to lay down some of my my shadow. So I'm taking the shadow mix and I'm mixing it in here and I'm putting that in here. So that's happening kind of up here and around here. I want my shadow to be a little bit more orange. So I'm adding some orange to the basic shadow. Ah, and that's the color really. It's quite pretty. So here, if I want to, I can also kind of reshape my pepper. I'm going to clean my brush, get a little bit of just the basic yellow, the basic sort of yellow without the base. And now I'm doing a little blend. See how I'm doing the blend into the edge where the light meets the dark. I have enough to go over and pull in a little bit more of the basic yellow. And I'm doing a little push. Into the edge. So that is just a little bit softer. Oh, I see why there's so much red. There's a reflection from this. So I'm actually going to bring in a touch of, while it's still wet, I'm going to actually bring in a tiny touch of cad red. Not too much into the shadow here. While it's still, it's like, why is that looking so red? Not worried about these white spots yet. I've got a green here, and the green, as you all know, is I've got Viridian green, and then I'm pulling, whoops, there we are, bringing that down. I'm mixing a little bit of red with my green, because almost always with the natural greens, there is red. So I'm just mixing a little bit of cadmium red in there, and then to lighten it, I'm adding a little bit of yellow. There we go. So I can go in. So this green is a little bit dark. That's okay. There's a white spot here, but I can now go in with yellow. Add the white spot in there. It's also a little bit lighter in the sort of round part that's sticking out. The leaves are darker. So see how I'm kind of building up my layers. And then, oh, you know, we need white actually as well. We need white.
You
Here
built
also.
it nicely. I just started mine. It looks like shit.
It'll get there.
I wasn't gonna do this, but it looks.
But it's
so
too tempting, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm taking some white here, and then I'm doing a little See how I'm kind of adding, sort of tapping in a little bit of white highlight there. There, and in here. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
It does. It's shaping up nicely for you.
It is like, yes, it's one of those ones that's, you know, that doesn't always happen, but sometimes when you get the shapes right in the beginning,
You know me, I'm just painting. Straight
yeah,
on.
sometimes it works. Sometimes it works.
And
We like it
sometimes-
when that happens. So does anybody want to try that? You want
I'm
me to go
trying, but
on?
I'm just at the mixing the paints stage.
You're at the
which
mixing the
is-
page stage. Okay. Do you want to watch me do this and then try it? Or do you want, I guess my question is, shall I stop here? Oh, that looks very nice, Rebecca. Nice values painting. Beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I think I'm
Um,
behind everyone, so go ahead and I will just.
No, you're not behind me.
You're not behind. You're not behind.
Oh, either.
All right.
I don't want to go too fast. We're going to have to mix different colors for everything. So maybe I'll wait till you guys get your pepper.
What did you do
No,
with the green again? Sorry, I was too busy.
The green is, that's okay.
Meridian, right?
It's Viridian green. I'm trying to bring this down. And a touch of cadmium red in the green. So your base green is Viridian green. I'll bring it down here. Viridian green plus a
Is that
touch
said
of
Viridian
cadmium red. Here, wait. It's hard to see. A touch of cadmium red gets mixed in with your green so that it's not, and then yellow to lighten it.
I keep trying to do just a touch of cadmium red, and no
You
matter
just
what
do
I
too
do, I
much?
get too much and I get an orange.
Well,
Yeah.
then you should use a different tool. Are you using a palette knife?
I am using a palette knife. Yes.
Just scrape off everything.
Okay.
Just keep doing it until you get it. This
Okay.
is definitely something that you're going to want to.
I mean, there are such things as orange peppers.
Yes, there are.
Mine is orange.
All right.
But for the sake of the lesson, we are practicing color
I'm
mixing.
trying.
Is everybody getting a little more used to the big brush too? Is that
Yeah.
starting to get a little bit? I wonder if I can pull it. Here we go. Ugh, everything is so impossible. Here we go. That's not a bad view.
Wait.
Now you can at least see, you can kind of see the source. And
I'll take a photo of mine just for fun.
yeah, send it over. Please. But look at also how awkward this painting still looks with all of its messy, messiness.
Yep.
Oh, that's looking nice, Diana. It's coming along. It's coming. You have a nice amount of plate there. You got that. Very nice. I'm going to have to get mine back because I lost
will.
it,
You
but I
will.
will. I'm going to show them how I'm going to do that. So you can see how you can erase with paints.
I'm so happy about my cat though. She decided to lay on the floor and look at me instead.
Oh, there we go. Adoringly. Yes,
Of course, of course.
of course. Okay. Oh, I can see I kind of lost a little bit of my shadow color here. So I'm going to try and gain it back. I may actually have to go clean my brush. I'm going to go clean my brush and my water. I'll be right back. You poor guys, I always get this ideas with you, and then I'm like, "Ah, I should have picked something with just one color." Like, it's like way easier. If we're gonna do 3 things, you always get the most experimental lesson of the week because you're the first ones. I appreciate you not being mad about that. All right, I am.
We love a challenge, right?
Yes. I usually, by the end of the week, I'm like, I really got this subject. And then we go on to something else. We're going to do one more week of still life, but we'll do other things. We'll do like cups and things. A cup or something. There we go. Okay, so So I don't know if you can see this, but I like realized that I had kind of lost some of my shadow at the top. So I just kind of added it back in. I mixed some shadow color. And now I'm kind of bringing it in. I like this version better, so I'm kind of bringing it in a little bit more. And now I'm going to take just a touch. Yes, Lisa, a little bit of cad red goes a long way.
I've figured that
You're
I've learned that
learning that
lesson
out.
tonight.
You're learning that. It's okay. You're not the only one struggling with that. Don't you worry. And so I'm still trying to blend the edge. I want an edge. I want there to be a transition, but I want it to be a little bit softer. It's funny, peppers are kind of a combo of hard and soft edges. Has anybody noticed that? How, like, in some ways, there's a very strong structure to our edges, and in other ways, there's kind of a softness to the transitions.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a combo. Okay. Let me know when you're ready for me to, I can either take a look at your peppers or I can go on to the next pepper. You tell me when you're ready.
Not ready
First,
yet.
You're not ready. Okay. Not ready yet. Okay, great. Yeah, it is nice. So I do like still lifes. It's funny. I don't do them very often because I find them kind of boring, but they're very satisfying because they're really fun to paint in the sense of they're just, I don't know. I like food, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. I love vegetables. Diana, what color did you use for this part? Burnt sienna and white?
No, I used, what is it called? Me and colors. I used yellow ochre and burnt sienna, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mixed the purple that I mixed in with it.
Right, a little bit of purple to sort of
Yeah.
neutralize it a little bit. Good mixing, good decisions. Mhm.
But I don't use so many colors, so I mix them.
Right, from your basics. Well,
Yeah.
we don't have that many colors here. We've got we do have 3 yellows, but you're basically
Yeah.
just using variations of the primaries.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Zorn palette.
Yes.
That is,
No.
all the colors are made with red, yellow, and black.
I'm
Oh.
Swedish, of course I have.
Yes, of course you have. Do you like the Zorn palette?
Yeah.
You don't sound that excited.
I actually had the Zorn, but I gave it away.
You
Yeah.
had a Zorn?
Yeah.
You had
Oh my
a
God.
Zorn?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Diana.
Until a few years ago.
But
But
who'd you give it to?
a friend of mine that liked it so much.
Wow.
I used to, when I actually have a Rembrandt too, an etching.
What?
It's an etching. But,
Now we find out that Diana is quite fancy.
I used to have, when I lived in Sweden and I worked the night shifts, I would go to art auctions during daytime sometimes, and at the art auction back then anyway, and in Sweden, the art dealers had pretty much, they had agreed on what they were going to buy, so they weren't competing that much. And at the end of the day, when they were done, a lot of stuff sold so cheaply.
Cheap.
Wow.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Wow.
So
Do you
What
mind
did
us
you pay for
asking how
your
much did you
Zorn?
pay for your Zorn?
Yeah.
I think I paid like maybe less than $1,000.
Wow.
I want to know what you paid for the Rembrandt.
The same thing, less than $1,000.
You paid less than $1,000 for a Rembrandt?
Yeah, it's
Forgery, it's a
yeah.
forgery.
Wow.
but it's a small etching. I'll get it and I'll show you.
Yeah, I want to see. That's incredible.
Now we know about Diana. Let's go rob her house.
Oh, it's so tiny. It's called the Pancake Woman.
Let's see.
Can you
I
see
can't
it?
see it. Can you move to your left?
To my left?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, wait, I need to make it
Wow,
bigger.
that's so cool.
Diana, can you take a picture of that and send that across the thread? That is fucking odd. That guy could draw.
Cool.
Yeah.
He really could draw. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
And I bought-
wonderful.
And I also bought one of his, I can't remember his name, von Osten something. That was one of Rembrandt's best students
Mm.
that I paid like $100 for.
Oh my
Gosh.
God. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Have you ever thought of selling your Rembrandt?
I haven't. If I have to,
You're doing all
I
right,
will.
Lisa. You got it.
if
I
I
got
have
it.
to, I will.
You got it.
But
Um,
I've given away quite a few of my pictures of
Right.
the things I bought to
Let me.
friends that been doing good things for me. I get the glare when I take it, but I can't be helped.
Okay. Hey guys. Okay. So Lisa, this is
Which
not
Lisa?
as bad as you think Lisa are. The one
Okay.
who said you, since you said help. So
Yep.
this is not as bad as you think it is.
Okay.
You want to take some of your light, and
Okay.
Rollo, you could do the same thing. Take a little bit of your
Oh, I
light
see. Yeah.
and blend it over
Yeah,
into
yeah,
the
yeah.
dark edge so that it's
Yeah.
not quite so strong.
Okay.
And Rollo, I like this, but you might try it a little bit too. So a little bit of a blend. That looks like God, that's just so beautiful. That's so cool.
I think I've made a boo-boo.
What's that?
Boo-boo.
A boo-boo in the fact that I think that I drew the sketch too small.
That's okay. We'll deal with it. Actually, it looks okay to me.
And then you know what I've done?
What?
Which I made the same mistake as I did before, which is I did the orange, I did the mix for the paint, and then when I was doing the green, I was mixing in the original color with the green, and then the green has got into the original mix.
Oh, that happens. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
I
my
don't
mixes
see
are all
that.
over.
I don't see that problematically in your painting. Your
Oh, no,
painting
no,
actually
it
looks.
means, but it means going over that area again. I'm gonna have to restart doing another color.
That's okay. Yeah,
Now I
but I mean,
managed
it's
to
not
find-
a big. That's what always happens. You never quite get your color the same every time. So that's not really a boo-boo. Don't worry about that. The big thing is to work on your brush strokes. So to me, your drawing actually looks pretty good. Don't worry about your drawing. Worry more about making this transition from here to here. So what you guys have going on here, I'm going to show you quickly. Let's see if I can mix some of this. You guys have this happening, right?
Yeah.
I think the second picture I sent of the picture is better.
Is better. Okay. And then what I want to see you do, watch this. So now I've loaded my brush with the light color, the yellow, right? Like this. And then I'm kind of blending into that edge.
Is
See
it easy
that?
to do the dark color first before you do the light?
Yeah, lay the dark color either way. Yeah, lay the dark color down first. You want to get both sides wet. Yeah, lay the dark color down first, which is kind of what you've done. And then see, I'm just doing a softer edge there. And I'm tapping. I'm kind of dragging. And you can bring your yellow, that brings your yellow into sort of more. So if you can look really close here, let me see if I can do this really close so you can see it. See? See, I'm just kind of tapping. So I still have a transition from light to dark.
Is this the kind of thing you're going to do in the basics workshop?
No, this is what we're doing here. You just got to practice it, baby. It's we've been doing blending all along. Yeah, we'll be doing a little bit of this actually. We will be doing a little bit of this blending. But I've been showing you blending all along. So now we're just practicing it in our things. Yes.
It's going to come natural to everyone.
Yeah, eventually, once you get
Yeah.
used to the idea. And so, I mean, I have shown you. That's nice. It's looking good. Boy, that's just so cool, Diana. Really great. What is that? Old Man in the Sea? Are those dead
No, it's
children?
the pancake woman, it's called.
The Pancake Woman.
Yeah, she's making pancakes on the stove there.
Oh, God, they all look a little creepy. I like it. It looks like a nightmare in a way. I love it. Okay. So, but besides that, really good. Can I keep going, or are we ready to, is anybody ready for me to go to the next stage?
Can I just ask again, what did you use for the green on there? I haven't done the green yet.
Red, and yellow. Green, red, and yellow.
Okay.
Ready,
thank
and
you.
Lisa.
Green, red, and yellow.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
got it.
gonna do that part, which I don't think will take long. So
Rebecca, are you cruising ahead? I feel like you.
No, I'll take a picture. I was just messing.
I'm like, normally you're you're the fastest one here, so I'm like just checking to make sure you're
No,
not.
I'm slow. I'm slow tonight.
Mm,
I think I'm just tired.
I got you. Yeah. So it's good. Sort of playing around and
Keep messing with my yellows.
yeah, mess with your yellow. Yeah, let's see what you got.
They're too orange, I think.
But the yellow is pretty
It
orange.
is pretty orange though. Let's see. Let's take a look. It's hard to get that. Yeah, so Lisa B, you've got to blend your shadow. Your shadow's a little too dark.
Hmm.
So,
So do
just,
I put some yellow into that?
well, just take yellow on your brush and blend it into the top.
Okay.
Yep. Nice. But I like your yellow. I like your mixing. You guys are doing great, actually. Honestly, you're doing great. I wonder where Paul is tonight. He's
I don't
normally,
know. It sounded like he was going to come and then
maybe we scared him.
possibly.
Too much
What?
drawing. This was too intimidating.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think he just probably had something else to do.
I'm so glad that I took the night to paint. I wasn't gonna do today.
Because you're tired. Are you tired or just stressed with all the things you have to do?
Yeah, just so much to do. It's just too much right now. It's okay. This too shall pass.
Funny, I've never been busier.
Yeah, it's been really busy.
Isn't that strange?
Yeah, I think we're all. By the way, Rebecca, I love these studies that you did with one color.
Oh, thanks.
The abstract studies, so
Yeah.
cool.
It's hard to only use one color, let me tell you.
I would say especially for you because you use so many colors.
Yeah, I like colors.
Yeah, I like the work you do.
Oh, thank you.
It is unique.
Thank you.
My water is so dirty, everything is getting the same color.
Yeah, so there's a point where you may want to switch it over. Rebecca, did I not see did you send it over?
I send it. I just sent it.
Oh, okay. You are slow tonight.
I am.
Like, that's like, wow.
I think I sent it.
I
Oh,
haven't
did I-
seen it yet.
Did I put it on the wrong thread?
You might have.
Oh, let
I'm
me
not
go
seeing
back.
it anywhere though.
No, let me go back and do it.
Here, try it again.
I'm not
US West
firing on all
Coast.
cylinders. Oh,
I feel you, baby.
Did anyone watch the Britney documentary?
What's
Oh,
that?
but I heard it's great.
The what?
The Britney documentary.
No.
Britney Spears.
What
Is it
can you
only
s-
on Hulu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can you say about it? What can you tell us?
I didn't like it particularly.
Well, I mean, it's done by the New York Times, right? So I'm told it doesn't really come to a conclusion. It's very
Oh, nice,
both,
Rebecca.
it's
I think
very
that's good.
both sides, which is with a documentary, you often have a point of view. It doesn't really come to a conclusion about whether she's being unfairly controlled by her father, which is the allegation, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's
Right.
the point, really, isn't it? And it doesn't really, but it tries to sort of stack it up like it is, but it doesn't take into account sort of, it ignores certain evidence, let's say. So it ignores the fact that she was sort of drugged out a lot during, about why the conservatorship came about, which is a bit weird.
Yeah, she was a hot mess there for a while.
Yeah.
Right. Like she was not able to handle herself. Then
I
again,
saw
And
like
she had young kids too, right? At the
Yep.
time.
well, suddenly I can't, you're gonna know which one I mean, but I saw a fabulous two-hander yesterday with J.D. Washington. What's the name of that movie?
Malcolm and Marie.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
that was good.
fabulous.
Yeah, I was not expecting much from that at all.
Awesome.
No, it was just really good.
Oh,
Did anybody see
lovely.
the play it was based on?
Yeah, it was like, I mean, it was like a play, but it was just so frigging well done.
Yeah, I think it's based on a play.
It's like a modern version of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf,
Yeah,
kind
it's
of.
really good.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
That's so cool.
I was so stressed after I watched it, though. I just wanted to cry.
But with lesser actors, I guess it could have been really shitty.
Oh yeah, no, they were spectacular.
Yeah. It was spectacular.
I think too much green is invaded into my paint.
Let's see. Your mixes or your,
There was a bit of, I'm using just a knife to do the mixing, and
Okay.
there was a little bit of green on my thing, and it just sort of seeped in.
oh, okay. So take a break, clean your knife off thoroughly, you know, with
I've
the,
done that now.
and maybe clean your water. You may want to clean
I've
your
done that
water,
about 5 times.
Yeah, I need to
Yeah.
do that, but I don't feel like.
like getting up. That's okay. We don't require that. Oh, Ronald, that looks great. Let's just
Yeah.
keep it there for a moment. Lisa, good. Good. Good, good, good. You can add a little bit more yellow to your green here in this center.
Who's that?
Okay, yeah, I see that there. Okay.
And then you guys let me know when you're ready to go on to the red pepper. Because we have, believe it or not, we've gone for like
Oh shit. Yeah.
an hour and a half
On one pepper.
on one pepper. That's why I'm like, shit, I should not have done like 3
Fun
peppers.
people.
Yeah, I
If you
can't
guys,
You can
have
go
a-
ahead. I'm fine. I'm just adding a little to
well,
my
I think
green.
everybody's where you're at, Lisa. So I don't want to go
Okay.
until you're all ready to go.
I just can't paint with one thing at a time. I have to like move.
Have
That's
several
okay.
things going.
Yeah.
Okay. I know. I'm wanting to show these guys mixing and all of
No,
that. And
it's
it's, yeah.
good. It's good.
Yeah.
I think and it looks good. Your left pepper is kind of done.
Yeah, it's kind of done. It is.
I'm sort of not done with anything.
All right. So one of the things I want to show you guys is that if you can see here, my pepper here is going up rather than down. Can you see that? So this
Yep.
pepper should be coming down. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix that with my, and I'm going to try mixing my cool and my warm red together. So I have cadmium red and I also have some quin red, and I'm mixing them together to create a kind of a red. I'll deal with the shadow in a second. But one of the things I wanted to show you that I can do is actually bring my red. See how I've now redirected my red? Just by bringing it down like this. So I can kind of shift around. And then if I want to, I could take a little bit of green. So that there's still, so even though my drawing is up here, now my pepper is kind of more facing the right direction. So you can correct in paint quite a lot. So your red is simply going to be the mix of a warm and a cool red. And your shadows, which are going to be in a couple of areas, I'm kind of basically, the red is getting the most light. But these areas here and on this side, can you see where it's shadowy? That's going to have, you're just going to mix a touch of green in with this. So let me do that with my palette knife. So I'm just going to mix, I'm grabbing, here's my mix here. I'm going to grab just a tiny touch of green, not too much. little bit of my palette knife. And I'm going to mix that in with my 2 reds. And it makes this very beautiful kind of burgundy, dark burgundy color. Actually, you can see it pretty well. So here, I can put in the darkers, and it's a little bit also dark down here on the bottom, on our right. And every time there's a dip. So it's just the 2 reds. For your base, or 1 red. If you don't want to get too fancy, you don't have to. And see how once again I'm adding the light in next to the dark and then kind of blending it a little bit, just a touch. And I can even blend it in a little bit over the top. Of the dark. So it's mostly light. The shadow's kind of on the right bottom side. Should have started with the red one, it was easier. And then I'm going to go the opposite direction. I'm going to take green for the stem once again, just like I did before. We're going to take green. So viridian green here. And then we'll take a touch of cadmium red in the green to mix stem color. And definitely this is lighter. So we're definitely going to add some yellow in to create a lighter green. So once again, green. I know the green is darker on this side, so I'll make it a little bit darker once I get in kind of the basic green shape. Now I can go back in, get a little bit darker. Green, come here. See, I'm also using the tip of my, I'm using kind of the corner of my brush to get these smaller lines. I'm not getting too detailed here, but I'm doing just enough. And then last but not least, there's this little kind of pinky, I don't really know what color that is. It's light. It's got some red in it. White, no, it's white is too dramatic. It's red and a touch of ochre. Let's try that. And white, maybe. Let's see. I got that by making red, mixing red, yellow ochre, and a bit of white. I'll need a littler brush to get more detail in. And then I'm going to just I'm going to take my white highlights sort of on the tip of my brush and brush them in. So highlights should not be so scrubbed in. They almost sit on top of the rest of the paint.
What did you use to mix with the darker red? Sorry, the shadow.
Green,
Green.
right? So it's always the complement. Always the complement. So for the red, we're mixing a little green in for the shadow. And for the green, we're mixing a little red in for the shadow.
That's so
Yay.
good because my water is green.
Oh, Lana, that's looking pretty good. Nice. Lana, you're dark. Here should be darker. This should be a little bit dark. Well, you know what? Don't do that yet. Let's do the background before we make it darker. So, and I'll pull this up a bit. Now, at this point, you may want to pull in a slightly, what do I do with the rest of my brushes? You may want to get a slightly smaller brush to do some of the detail, but we're trying to do as much as we can with your big brush. What I'm wanting to sort of impress upon you is how much we can do with our big brush.
The big brush has sides.
Yeah, so you can use the tip, the edge, the corner.
Yeah. Phew. Has anyone seen Judah and the Black Messiah?
No. Where's that? Is that on HBO?
I think
I
it comes
don't-
out this weekend on
On Friday.
Yeah,
on Amazon. You saw it, Rollo?
Yeah, it's on HBO Max this Friday.
How is
yeah.
it?
we're gonna see it tonight after this.
It's one of the first.
That's one for Veritas.
Yeah, that's on my list. But that's the thing. It doesn't come out till it comes out Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to discuss that, how to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
Let's talk tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
Give us your review, Rollo.
Did you
Well,
like it?
It's funny. I liked it. It's one of those films. It's also kind of like, I don't know whether it's just my ear, but the Chicago African American accent is very strong.
What are you talking about?
Chicago African American accent.
Yeah.
I know a Chicago accent. I don't know if I know a
Well,
Chicago
maybe,
African American
maybe
accent.
it's just a Chicago accent. I don't know, but it's quite
Yeah.
strong. And I was struggling to understand what people were saying most of the way through.
I
But
mean,
then
I could see
but
that
then
with a Chicago accent for sure.
Yeah. But it's funny because as the film, it seems to get more humanity as the film goes on. It sort of seems sort of like rather humanless at the beginning.
What is the film?
Judah and the Black Messiah.
It's about the guy who ran the Black Panther Party, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting. All right, guys, I'm going to go over the green of the pepper really quickly because I also want to talk about this dark background and the plate and sort of dealing with, you know, the things that you can't see as well as the things that you can. Trying to bring this up so we can, I just don't know what to do with this. I'm going to scoot this up here for a bit so we can look at this. So really, we're going to mix two colors now. Oh, and I realize we need one more color. If you have burnt umber, go ahead and put that on your palette right now.
Yeah, that's very useful here.
Yeah, burnt umber is yes, it is a super useful color. It's like really helpful. There's my burnt umber. I have a big tube of it. Hold on. Okay. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of burnt umber. So your dark, I'm almost tempted to get myself another pad so you guys can see it. Yeah, we're going to do that.
Your peppers look so good.
Oh, thank you. All right, so we're going to mix two colors. We're going to mix our green pepper color. I'm going to actually take this out of the way because it's a mess, and I'm going to put up here something where we can see, you can at least see my mixing. So here is burnt umber. So your black is going to be, as it often is, this is burnt umber. And this is ultramarine blue. So we're going to blend these together to get a dark, a nice rich dark. And you'll want some of that. It makes a kind of nice chocolatey dark. If you feel like it's too brown, add more blue. If it's too blue, add more brown. You want this dark. And then we're going to also mix, our green really is, once again, needs a touch of yellow and red. So there's Viridian green. I'm going to take a touch of red here and blend it in. Not too much, but a little bit. Not just for the shadow, but really, and then I'm going to take some yellow.
That's Viridian green and what?
Viridian green and just a touch of red.
Okay.
And yellow. You're going to see if you try to just do green and yellow, like here's green and yellow. So here's green and yellow with no red. There's green. There's yellow, right? So if you just try to do kind of a lightish green, you're not going to have, it just isn't going to look the same as your green with a little bit of red. So even in the shadow, even in the non-shadow area, your green is going to have a little bit of red in it as well as yellow. Just to mix them, here I'll show you. I'll take a picture. I should take a picture of this, by the way, so you can see it. Here, hold on. I'm going to take a picture of where it is right now. And here is the picture of the green. So this is the green with the red, and this is the green without the red. You will see the difference. The
Yeah.
green with the red is really the green that's happening here. So now I'm going to take a bit of green with red and yellow. And I'm going to lay that in here in the light areas. And then I'll add a little bit more yellow if I want to lighten this color. Like this. And then I'm going to take the dark, blend it with a bit of the green, and make that my shadow color for the pepper. So some of that dark is going to go in wicks. So that's like way too strong. But that's the general strategy is that this dark, which is here, and there's a triangle of it here, is going to blend with my green, yellow, red mixture. I got too dark there. That's okay. So I'm going to go back in and mix some more green. Oh, I know, because my green is drying up. Let me get myself some more green. Hold on. So here's some more Viridian green. So I'm going to mix green, cleaning off my brush, make sure it's clean. I'm gonna mix green, touch of red. Come here, red. And yellow for my base coat. See how I got a little bit too dark here? I'm just going back in and mixing my base green, yellow, red. And I'm going right over. Oh, I'm gonna have to wait till that dries. But the point being, this blue and brown, which is gonna go all over, gets blended into the green so that the green kind of disappears. Whoa.
I thought I
Yeah.
died.
Nope. That's me. What happened there? You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Now we
hear
can.
you.
Sorry.
Yeah,
All
now
right.
you're moving.
There we go. Okay. So the point being that there's this kind of lost edge with this dark. So where there's a little bit of green, you're going to mix a little bit of that green in here with the dark so that it slowly fades away. And then you're going to take your dark and notice how my green shows up instantly. And then you're going to go around all of your objects with the green, with the dark. And you will see that immediately they will kind of pop up. So over here on this side, there's also green and dark. So see how I'm kind of adding a little bit of my green into here, and then I'm just moving into dark. So my plate is really, I'm going to bring this dark up to here. So let me do that again, since I know we kind of froze a little bit. And this needed to dry a little bit. So I have my green, my red, and my yellow mixture, which is my basic mixture for my, it's my basic mixture for my, my pepper in the light areas.
Oh, okay.
So I'm putting that in here. I'm putting in a little bit here. I'm putting it here. This is my basic mixture. And then in places where I can kind of see the edge, but it's dark, to that green mixture, I'm adding my black mixture. Just lightly.
Can I ask what the black mixture was again? Sorry.
Burnt umber and ultramarine blue. So you want both of those things. And then you're just going to go straight into the black mixture. Right, to go in here. Oh, wait, no, I'm going to want some of that green and ultramarine because this is, so here. So you see, I don't really have to paint all of that. I can let my pepper kind of disappear because that's really what's actually happening. I know this is going to be a hard thing to mentally get your head around, so don't worry if you don't totally get it. Now I'm going to clean my brush, go back to just the regular green, slightly. I want to add this in. I want this to be a little bit yellower.
I think your peppers look very much alive.
They do?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, they're amazing.
Well, I'm
jealous.
trying to break down the process. It gets hard. I'm sorry. I'm not always doing a great job of doing that, but I'm trying to show you. I'm going to take a picture up here so that you can see how, that's just going away, how few marks there are. Here, hold on. In this pepper up here.
Ah. Paint all over my hands tonight.
Oh, wait. Yep, that's it. And now I'm going over with the dark, you know, in a lot of places. And then I'll show you how I'll fix my drawing mistake. Don't worry. So now I'm having to mix more dark because I ran out of dark. Don't worry so much about getting your colors right the same each time. You never will. How do you like that? You just never will. So,
And it looks better if you
and it
don't.
looks better if you don't. Yes. Well, why is that, Diana? You can put your
Because it doesn't look flat.
right. Because
gives it
everything isn't
life.
one kind of green. Everything isn't one kind of like, right? It's always changing based on how the light is hitting it.
That's dimension, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And light. It's how what happens when a subject meets the light. Okay. So now I'm coming down here. So the last thing I'll do, before I add any more of this, I'm going to take light. I'm going to mix that color that Diana mixed, which is burnt sienna, yellow ochre, and a little bit of white. This is for the plate. All my colors are drying, so. Oh yeah, and you guys can't even see this mix here. Hold on. Burnt sienna, yellow ochre, touch of white. So I'm going to come down here with this color. So you'll notice this is the size of my plate that I originally had. Bad, Leah, bad. The plate actually goes all the way out here. So see how I'm bringing down. I don't really like that color. Let's see, can I change it and make it better? A little bit of orange. Hold on. I'm just trying to get a white to show you. See how I'm changing, how I'm expanding out? So this is where originally I had this. Now I'm making this the light part. I'm bringing that here, see? And then I can make a slightly darker. Come here. So I can actually reshape my plate to make things more correct. I go up here, I have to bring this down a little bit. Whoops. So I can make that plate kind of fit the dimensions a little bit closer than it had been. I'm not exactly excited about the color. I just in value wanted to show you how I was going to do that.
My green pepper looks really shitty.
Is it the color you don't like?
Yeah, it's not.
Try Viridian green. Viridian green, cadmium red, and yellow.
I don't have green.
Okay.
I'm mixing.
What blues are you using?
I'm using ultramarine and phthalo.
You're using both of them, and what yellow?
I'm using the yellow ochre.
Yellow ochre is the problem. Wrong color. Try a bright yellow, like lemon yellow or cad yellow.
Okay.
It's the yellow ochre that's causing you the pain. Now here too, you'll see, you actually can't see the bottom of the plate here. It sort of disappears. That's another lost edge. So we have the lost edge where the pepper is up here. And then we have the lost edge down here where the plate kind of disappears.
Oops.
Wait, way too dark. Now you'll see I'm using my finger to try and adjust the darkness of the thing. And I still haven't gotten that pepper down far enough.
Yours is looking.
Do we want to use black? I mean, if we've got black, should we use black?
No, I want you to mix your black from ultramarine blue, and you won't like the look of it.
I don't have ultramarine blue, but I've got
What do you have?
primary cyan.
Ugh, not that one. You want a dark blue.
Oh God, I can't even read this one.
Phthalo.
Tamalin.
You want the darkest blue that you have.
Okay, that is almost a purple.
That's probably better.
Okay. And mix that with.
You gotta get ultramarine blue, dude. You've got to get it. It's your absolute. Mix it with burnt umber. You're mixing it with a brown.
Well, as I said, they've given me multiple duplicates in this pack, which was supposed. They listed all the ones on the back, and they weren't there.
And they weren't there. That is so annoying.
Yeah. So, because when I went there to the shop, I went through the checklist.
Ah.
And we read down the back of the thing, and we're like, "Yep, that one's there. That one's there."
That was there. Oh, that's so terrible. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, you'll be fine. I'm still trying to correct my drawing here.
Yeah, I'm doing the same.
So now I'm kind of going in with a smaller brush to try and get some of my corners right, to get a little bit more of my detail, some of these more detailed areas.
All night I have wanted a smaller brush.
You can go in at this point. At this point, you can go in and start doing this. This is the point where you would, Lisa. So you are now allowed.
Okay.
A smaller brush.
What do we make the black from again? Sorry.
Ultramarine blue and burnt umber. And then remember, you're going to be mixing it with your green mix as you're doing that. That's not bad, Diana. That's good.
The green mix is the
I like the green.
Viridian with the yellow
And the red. Yep. So you'll mix a little bit of this dark blue in with
Uh-huh.
that green mix to do the shadows here.
Oh, okay.
And then you'll just let it kind of blend out. So really the only shapes you're worried about here, let's see if I can sketch this in so we can actually see it.
And then does that become the background too?
Yeah, you don't have to have the green in there.
Oh,
So
okay.
you'll do green.
So the green is really just for shadows.
Yeah, the green is, so here, let me see. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
This is where, oh, and on this side too. I'm going to take a picture of this. This is the edges, right? Where the pepper is. So if you can see, so the areas that are in here, you're going to mix the green with the dark. And in the outside that, it's just going to be dark. Here, hold on, I'll take a picture so you can really see this. And we're going to go a bit longer because I want you guys, I want you to get it. I think we're close.
Oops.
So once again, I've just sent you where the edges of the pepper are. So here inside these edges, you have both your green mixture and your dark mixture together. And out here, it's just the dark mixture. So that's how you handle. Dang it. Ah, I've just turned off my tablet. Come here. And once again, sorry I made this so hard. Sorry,
As always, excuses.
but I think you guys are
excuses.
doing all right. Where's my SMPs? Oh. Dang it. Look at this. All right, hold on. Oh boy, I hope the kids don't watch this video. Like, okay. There we are. Okay. There we go. You'll notice right now I'm kind of going over the edge of my pepper, the top of my pepper, the light areas, which is most of them, with a cadmium red, just plain old cadmium red. Which I think is helping. Eugene, you really want to have blended edges here. So your dark and your light edges are too dramatic right now. So what you want to do, Say with your, here, hold on. I need to get more of all my colors and then I'll show you. So what you want to do is mix a bit in your light, in your lemon, in your yellow. Let's see, touch of orange here. So you want to have some yellow up here and then a touch of purple, right, in your yellow. Part of the yellow has some purple in it. So you're mixing, you have some yellow available and then some of your shadow color. So see, I'm mixing my shadow color. I've got some of my shadow color. And then I've got my shadow color here, which I'm laying down pretty strongly. But instead of letting that stay so sharp, I'm now picking up some of my light color and I'm blending it in over the top.
Oh, nice.
See that?
Yeah.
So they both have to be wet. And the blending is like a little tapping, little light tapping. So that, and I could do it with my finger a little bit. So we don't want that really strong, sharp transition from light to dark. We want that to be a little bit more subtle.
I'm gonna finish mine tomorrow. I'm gonna
Okay.
send you where I'm at. I'm, as usual, starving at this time.
Yes, yes. Oh, I feel this is coming along, Diana. It's coming along. It's looking great.
I'll call you tomorrow, Diana.
Okay, thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
Diana. See you
Bye.
later.
Bye.
Bye.
And I'm bringing in. That's not bad, Lana. I feel like we've lost. Get some dark around the outside. You want this dark to get around the outside of your peppers, Lana, so that you can see what else you need to do with them. So mix your dark color and get that in. That's the thing you need to do first. And then you'll see, what else do I need to do with my peppers? Actually, I think Diana's turned out really nicely. I know she's not happy with them, but I think they look pretty good.
So what color did you use for the wood again?
We used, I think the most successful use, I won't tell you what I used because I'm not really happy with it, but burnt sienna, yellow ochre, and then Diana mixed in a touch of purple and white.
Ochre.
Yeah, yellow ochre, burnt sienna. Mine turned out a lot grayer. I'm not like super happy with it.
Take a picture where I'm at.
Yes, send it over. Let me take a look. And you can see I'm totally fiddling around with this. I could completely, I mean, on one level it's okay, but on another level, you could continue working on this. See if I can mix it better.
All right, I'm also going to bail.
Lisa, send us where you're at.
All right.
Don't be sad.
I'm
I'm sure it's better than you think. You sounded so sad. Don't be sad.
No, you'll see. I just have a little problem where my green pepper is a little too wet still.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I need that to dry and then I will fix around
Yes.
there.
And then you'll futz around with it. This is actually really hard, you guys. Sorry, as usual. It's really hard. Thanks a lot, Leah. Making it too hard.
As usual, Leah.
As usual, making it too hard. But you actually you're all doing pretty great. please. Oh, Rebecca, Lisa, this is better than you think. Just let it dry
Okay.
and keep
Okay.
working on it.
Okay.
Rebecca, lovely.
you.
Absolutely lovely.
Yeah, Rebecca, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. Yep.
Too much reflection on my paint.
What's that?
I'm trying to take a photo, but my paint has got the black, especially, it's got a lot of reflection on it.
Move it to a place where there's less light shining right on it.
Oh, these are good.
Yeah, they're not bad. You guys did great. It's hard. This is a hard assignment. Here, I'll send you where mine is right now. Rollo,
sending my-
nice, nice. So see, Rollo, this edge. So excellent. You've got it. You've got it. So now you're just working. So you want to come back in here, right? And
Wait,
work
hold
that
on, let me
edge.
get the right screen on, hold on.
So you want to come back in here and work this edge a little bit, this is great.
Yeah.
See that? So you've got that little thing, that bit of yellow poking out.
Yeah, I see
But
that.
excellent. That's it. This is what you're doing. This is how you handle it. Isn't that interesting? It's
Yeah.
totally different than what you think. You think, oh my God, I can't see it. So how can I paint it? And then you realize, oh, I don't really have to paint it. I can't see it. To me, this is like the world's greatest relief. I'm like, oh, dang. Oh, I can see I'm frozen again. Right? I don't have
Thanks,
to paint
Leah.
it.
I'll see you guys next week.
Bye, Lisa. Great work.
Bye.
Actually, really
Bye.
nice work
Lisa.
today, sweetie. Great, great
Oh,
work.
Thank you.
You did good.
All
This
right.
was a hard
Thank
one.
you. All right. Bye.
Bye.
I think I'm going to wrap up for the day. I've just cleaned up that thing.
You did great. You did great,
I
guys.
just
You
need to
did
get
really
the right
great.
bloody paints, and I need to get a what do you call it?
A palette knife?
I need to get a palette and a palette knife.
I just made do you guys want me to send this to you? I just made an acrylic painting supply list that you can buy stuff off of Amazon. Do you want me to send it to you? It's like a wish list.
Sure.
Would that help you to find the things that you want?
Yeah, because I'm always missing out on the colors. It's really
Yeah, absolutely. Let me get that. I'll send that over. I'll get that over later tonight. So you can just order.
Okay, so I think I'm going to wrap up. So I'm going to go and get my clothes, but I'm probably going to make them all painty.
All right. Well, great work today. Really good. You guys did good. Anybody else want me to stay on, or are you
And
like?
I got one. Hold on.
Let's see.
I'm happier with it than I expected. It's
Good.
not there. But...
Yeah, it was a little bit challenging. I have the same feeling with mine. I'm like, I know if I keep working on this sucker, I'll get it. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, that's mine. Sorry. I'm looking at mine. I'm like, that's great. Oh,
Congratulations,
that's amazing. Oh, my God. So amazing. What a great painting.
I'm still, the background is wrong, but whatever. It's better than I thought.
Let me see.
At least I hope did I send it? Oh, I didn't
Just
send
came-
it.
yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, no,
Just-
Lisa, that's
oh, yeah.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's nice.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Great blending. Yeah, don't worry. Yes, it's great.
It was
I love it.
hard.
It's hard, but you you focused on what you could see. And I can see that you did that, right? I can see that you got that. And that's the key. Oops, that's way too dark. Nope. All right. Let's stop this before we all ruin it.
Yeah. Have a great night, everybody.
Let's go get dinner and we'll
All right,
finish
good
this
night.
another time. And
See you
we'll
next
try still
week.
lifes again next week, you guys. Great work.
Okay.
All
Wonderful.
right.
Thanks.
Great
Thanks.
work,
Bye,
Lisa.
everybody.
Lovely.
Good night.
I wish everybody
guys.
a good night's sleep.
Yep.
We're all so
Thank
tired.
you.
Night.